I said, welcome to my show. What up, people? Hi, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Weekly show from IVPAC starting now. Hi, we're live. What's happening? How y'all doing? Still here, running the show, running things on a new week, a new day, a new month. I mean, to you. Hey, this Ukrainian war is still going on because there's still a total asshole in the Kremlin. I don't know what to say. I know he's just a fucking boner biting bastard. Uh, and like, just stay strong, Ukraine. Stay the way you are. Everybody else behind you. Nobody's behind him except people that don't matter. And like, dude, even if you win, you lose. And I hope you die a fiery death, or at least painfully, as a nobody. Anyway, we're here. We're live. We're IVPAC. We're strong. What are we doing? Well, I want to talk about mascots again. I don't know why I want to talk about mascots again, because I had an idea, especially for the IVPAC members. Y'all non-members, y'all can listen to it too. You don't have to, but I'm going to, because I figured it's a topic. It's got to be discussed. What I'm thinking and what I can't figure out, basically, is really just the fact that I can't tell, like, what. I don't know what kind of, well, I haven't figured out if I want, like, all kinds of mascots like, when you deal with the real military, no matter where they are, your squadrons typically have mascots, each one. And here we typically do, of course, we do just per the wing, because it gets detailed, and I don't know if, like, we're trying to be all that detailed. But what I'm thinking, there's a Verlo savings that you should definitely get into. No, I'm just, like, trying to think of, like, would it be so hard to come up with names? I mean, like, okay, for you guys out there that have one base, or, like, very few bases, it's not that big of a deal. Like, I'm looking at you, OE, still out there? Hey, man, how you doing? You still out there? Let us know you're all right, man. Let us know you're all right. But that's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, obviously, like, OE's got, like, 17 squadrons at one base to cover everything, or whatever it is. I don't remember the total. But, so, come up with 17 names as mascots for each squadron, no problem. But we got someone like, well, me, for example, and I was looking at it, and I don't know exactly how many I've got. From going into it. And, like, okay, sure. It's probably not that hard. But I don't want it to be stupid. And I guess it doesn't have to be. But, like, I was just doing this the other night, and I had to do this. So I should know this crap. Jesus Christ. 156 squadrons that I've got to, like, run down. And granted, the missiles probably won't get anything. And the reserves, unless they're special, they don't typically get anything. So it's not too bad. But I just didn't know if I was, like, willing to go all into it. And also because we do have mascots. It's not required. It's just something else to add some kind of fun to it. But by the same token, we do have mascots. And right now, of course, we just have a mascot for the host unit, the group, the wing, the battalion, the brigade, whatever it happens to be. So the other part of that would be not only coming up with a name for the rest of them, but it would also be like, okay, for the one that you have, who would get that? Like, I mean, because I don't know about how the rest of them would play it out, but I myself personally, I would look at it and say, like, well, I've got one. Actually, that's not even mine, but the Panthers, for example. NASA says the Panthers at the 308 Strike Group. He's got two squadrons there. If you did, for example, the mascot breakdown, would you put the Panthers in as at the 116th or the 117th? you would keep them? Because if you give nicknames, of course, to your squadrons, you don't need to do it to the group, unit, wing, brigade, battalion. So regiment, whatever the hell, you know what I mean. It's really uh, battalions make up regiments and brigades. So it's really in the reserves. It's either battalions get it, or as its current, regiments or brigades get it. It's always at that level. So that's just it's something to consider, and I'm trying to get an idea out from everybody just to see, like, I mean, again, some of you out there will probably just jump on it if you're interested, be like, hey, yeah, all my squadrons can do that. Because again, looking at it from like OAE's perspective, or well, basically anybody that doesn't have the time or doesn't have the bases, mostly that's the case, is they don't have the bases. You might be all for it because it's like, oh, it's pretty easy to get that in there. Yeah, like, okay, he's got 16, one of which is an experimental, and the other one's his reserves. So actually, he's only got 15 technically that would need names. So not hard to do, not hard to think about. Let me see Powerhouse here. Powerhouse only got 13. Well, ooh, we need to fix that, don't we, Robert? Hey, Robert, I got to get with you, man. Um, we got to fix that because I know you got an extra one. Robert, tell me you're doing okay, by the way, bud. Uh, haven't heard you peep in a while, so a little nervous. But yeah, 13. But he's actually got more because he's at a new place, I think. I think he had a new place, so he would actually have more, and that is like, trying to figure out what that would be if he were to do it. But that's what I mean. Again, probably not too hard to do. It's just, really, is it worth it? That's all. Like digging into it would probably be something. I mean, yeah, try it, I suppose. Not really hard. Not much different. So, um, but yeah, and talking about them, of course, you obviously like pick it out as much as you can for versus having to pick out like non-mascots, like the names of your planes or something like that. So totally different from something else. But um, that's up to the person, I think. So, but again, like looking at it from a member's point of view, and again from my point of view, it's not something I never did. I had mascots for a while, but I've always used it on the wing. So having it per squadron seems a little bit, hell, it seems kind of frankly ridiculous. So probably won't go that route. Um, yeah, but the potential is there, is the point. So I may. I've been exploring it. I've been doing some work. I had to do a couple other pieces of work in my sheets too. Uh, so that's where I'm at. Um, and it could be fun. It could be fun, just as fun as coming up with a name for your plane. Uh, you don't win points for originality, so it's not like you have to have a name for every plane, and it doesn't have to be. I mean, like everybody's going to have their opinion as to what they think is cool, but um, it's also a matter of what people think is like lasting, iconic, or like you associate a name with something that you just instantly come up with and you know what it is. I have quite a few of those. Hey, Abby, how you doing, man? Good to see you, bro. Uh, Apex. I'm thinking of some here off the top of my head. Nebula, um, Thunderbolt, uh, uh, Chaos, uh, Sabretooth. I mean, these are all planes that I've just like I said, to me, icon. I mean, I know instantly. I know them. Some haven't been as much just because they got like there's new ones and there's reasons why that are like instant classics and yet still don't know them that well because I haven't really seen them. Shadow, Ninja. Well, no, not Ninja, but Dagger maybe. Ekron is like the name gets used, but it's like, do we really know what it is? Do we really? Have we seen many? So, but it'd be the same way with mascots and like I use the term loosely. It's not like you literally have a mascot, but it's something, So I don't know what else to call them. But the news of the day, to be a lively little show here. Um, I was gonna put it on my channel too, but I'm gonna put it up here for everybody because, like, I'm here and I get this Verlo off of here in case I build it. I have a new design as of today. Um, I built this thing at work as typical. It's a warehouse, so you construct stuff in a warehouse. Built this thing, and I had a full intention of turning it into. I don't know what I was turning it into. After looking at it, it's a combination of the near as I can tell when you start out. When you start out, it's a combination of a banshee and a diamant. What it turns out to be is more like a wyvern and possibly some banshee. Maybe a little demon in there, but not really. It's just strange. I have it here. Break it out here in a second. I actually took a flight video of it. It wasn't performing as well because I think the humidity got to it because we're dealing with that again. It was kind of chillier today than it's been. Um, not too bad. I just used the term. I mean, like there was a chill in the air, but it wasn't like unbearable. It wasn't cold by a damn sight. Um, but I mean, looking on the plane and just thinking, like, this plane, it flew really cool. It flew pretty good in the warehouse. Flew really good outside, and it flew really good upside down for a prolonged period of time, which in and of itself was quite amazing. So, um, but it is a new design. I did not have like to point out, like NASA's likes to point out, intention. I did have an intention at first, uh, and then like because I built it, I didn't. Okay, I didn't build the root of it today. I'm gonna say that. I'll admit that because I'm not gonna put it because I had a different idea. So when I built the root of it, I think I was trying to build a diamant, and I was like, no, I don't want to do that with this. But then I went short on it, so it became more of a banshee. And then I folded it over, and I was like, oh, this isn't either one of those. So it really is probably, truly speaking, it's really probably more banshee slash diamant hybrid than anything else. But my initial intention, I'm saying this from NASA's point of view, was to get, um, it was to be one of those. And I'm pretty sure it's a diamant, actually. I might have been looking at a goblin. And then I decided, like, I got an idea with this. I took it a little step further and a little step differently, and it turned out to be the way it was. And now it's quite cool. Um, Nothing like either one of those. It's like a little bit longer range than they are. Quite a glider. Uh, but it also has potential to like come right back to you. Now that actually is an aspect of Banshee Diamant. Almost all the rest that I mentioned, that it's kind of like Goblin, like Flutter. Goblin's like a perfect trainer because it doesn't do anything. It basically just teaches you how to throw. You may get a semblance of a flight out of it, but that's all it does. Um, so anyway, so yeah, built as of today, finished as of today, finished the way it was today. So it is a new design as of today, and here we go. She looks like this. She's gonna look a lot like a banshee to you. If you're familiar with the banshees, of course, it's very similar. I mean, you can see the resemblance right there. It's like some of you, if you ain't been on the game, would be like, "Hell, man, that is a banshee." But no, no, it's really not. It's close, but it's really not. Um, my thought on something like this, my thought was, what I'm looking at here is basically a plane that could do. Well, it was technological. Okay, I'm gonna admit it was a little technological, but it was basically a plane that I was like looking at and saying like, okay, yeah, I got Banshee. Banshee's got good range. Banshee's got like for what it does, it's short range. I'm trying to up its range, but if you'll notice, I stepped down, so it's got that slanted cutoff nose that I was trying to get out of the one plane, and came up with that. Um, so you can see the lineage is there. Okay, it does look, but without the step and total lack of length, as you can see, it's almost as wide as it is long. Um, it's quite different. It's quite different. Mostly, actually, where you see the difference is the top. Actually, put it up here compared to like, well, especially Banshee, but when you compare the Diamants or whatever, um, you obviously get the folded over and then snub from Banshee or whatever, but you do have a fold here, and you see like a leading edge reinforcement, which you don't see in Banshee, but that's where the Diamant came in. You just see a certain like leading edge aspect, the trailing edge aspect, you know, a rhombus kind of wing that comes from Banshee, a little bit from Diamant. So it is like a hybrid. Should it be accepted, that's probably what it'll end up getting named. But yeah, it's quite it's unique and it's not. I didn't look at it as like competition for these. Again, my intention wasn't to be like I said, my straight up intention at first building it was I was gonna build a Banshee, maybe a Goblin, maybe a Diamant right away. But after I got it and saw where I was going with it, I'm like, this isn't gonna be any one of those. So I went a step further and came up with this. Um, this is the one. This is number one. This is the only one. Uh, Not too hard to build, but a little strange, a little awkward. Like I said, it's got a slanted fuselage. Got the nose cut off because it really had a lot of weight. Because if you noticed, it's got the nose fold back up, so there's a hell of a lot of weight right here. Not much here, which provides the glidability that it has. I wasn't willing to take it that next step and actually put like super heavy weight up in the nose, even though I could have left that in there. It's taped. You can see the two pieces of tape to hold that down. Um, there is a piece of tape in the nose holding that shut. That's kind of like my signature thing. Um, and the one other piece, which looks really cool, it's got a nice bit of, nice bit of wing curve out here that you can see. I tried to develop that from like Diamant, from like Banshee and stuff. Yeah, I know. Phase 4 is pretty shit. It's like the shit, isn't it? Phase 4 is hot. Um, I got some news on that. I meant to put that up for the weekend. Forgot to. I apologize. I got to get that out there. I should record that video like right after this, straight away after this when I get it out. I got some news on that. I got some news. Probably be on my channel though. But anyway, on this one, curves up. But then you'll see also that the tips actually curve back up, while these curve up and then down, which is borrows from Diamant. A lot more from Diamant than anything else. Goblin gets that from time to time, but you can see how it like gives it a cascade to the back end, and these the flaps kind of get a little bit of up flap here, which help it pull up. Um, if these are down, it has a tendency to fly upside down. I have test flown this with those both up and down. See how it works. Either way doesn't seem to be as bad. It like works both ways. It's a pretty good glider for a plane that looks like it could be one of these, you know. So, yeah. Will I put instructions up on this one? Maybe. You guys are always more interested in the ones that go longer than that, but I sometimes I like short ones because I do believe your short planes, in IVPAC especially when we treat them as combat, I believe your shorties are going to win you the stuff. I mean, seriously, they don't get a lot of love, but if you could defend and attack close around you, I think that's what's going to matter most, and you'll get those planes back, and you won't mind losing them. Whereas if you deal with planes that are like long range and high tech, you'll care about losing them. You won't be able to track them as easily. The enemy might get a hold of them and either, confiscate them or kill them. All the bad things can happen to them. So, like I said, I think the shorties are the way to go. And you have that. So yeah. I got a new design. What am I gonna do with it? I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. This is number one, and it still has fins. That was crucial because I know the Banshees have been making that work pretty well, so I'm keeping that. And I'm happy. Phase 4 is making you happy, though, Abby. Uh, Ask anybody. The phases are usually pretty good for something like that. It's like the phases are well known for a good reason. And we talk about the iconic ones, and a lot of people will acknowledge, phases are what they are for good reason. But I like them. I like them, and it's a pretty good day. Uh, I gotta get that news out. Um, I know. Yeah, he's putting out those ones for all the rest of them too, so we could see each one. He gave me he talked to me in Messenger because I wanted to see exactly what was going on, how he was talking about like his aircraft in general. I was trying to find out about his family lineage, the RRs, the double R's as he calls them. Um, and yeah, I was wondering how well, like what they looked like, how they came to, but mostly because that was it's like his line. And again, I acknowledge that. So what? Okay. Anyway, weird. So yeah. I like I said. I wanted to see how his family lineage came to be. So I wanted to see like R1 through R7. Sorry, I got a little distracted. And the new RR8, double R8. Excuse me, double R8, double R1, double R7, double R8. It's easier to say it that way anyway. Yeah. And looking back through the pictures of them, seeing the family, I could tell. Like I see how they came to be. Like I can tell why they are the way they are. I thought that was kind of cool. And what was even cooler about it was the fact that the aircraft was like so. I don't know. It was so easy. I guess is the best word. I was trying to think of a different word, but it was so easy to like see how he like got influenced by future, like his past ones going to the future. You could see how it evolved, and it's basically, well, I mean, easy though is like the planes. Okay, Abby, see you, man. Take care out there, man. Build those planes and fly 'em, boy. Seriously, we love 'em, bro. Um, it was easy to see the progression, and it was easy to see how the ideas came through. It's so like they're like, okay, that was a natural trim, that was a natural cut, and I'd have to. I don't know if I saved you these shots. He's got a few. Like he gave me these shots in confidence, and like I've seen a few of them, and like whoa, they're smaller pictures, so I don't know if I could like. You get an idea. I could post them up here, I suppose. Um, I gotta get them myself actually because I haven't. Like I have access to them, of course, but I don't have. Hold on, looking, people, looking. I'm keeping track here. Yeah. So, okay, I got the double R3. Wait, double R2. I got the double R3. Got the double R5, double R6, and the double R7. So most of them actually. So I'm gonna have to put them up there. Um, and that way people could tell because basically it's subtle, but like it's subtle difference, but you can tell which one how he got came about him. It's just fun to see the lineage and aircraft lineage is all important to us people. Like a lot of us like to see exactly how the planes came to be, how they got where they are, how like me for example, I'm the same way. Everybody asks me like, oh, how'd you get phase two out of the three or the one or the six or the four, blah 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 blah. Sometimes it was the tech coming along, and sometimes it was just the natural idea of something. Mostly it's the tech, mostly, and you can see that it could be cuts, it could be additions, it could be subtractions, but that's how you get those ideas. but it's always fun. It's always cool to see that. It's always cool to see how people come along. So yeah, yeah. There's that one. But yeah, guys. Hey, I don't want to do it like this, but I gotta, I gotta call it quits because we're trying to make these shows a little shorter. We're doing pretty good. Nasus hasn't been on. That helps out. Uh, um, yeah. I got more shows to get out. I got more. I'm gonna officially launch this thing, and maybe show you how to build. So I might actually take you along with this program. Wouldn't that be something? Most of y'all don't get to come along with the program I got as it's active, but maybe you'll come along on this one if you're interested in little short stunty planes like this one is going to happen to be. Uh, yeah, it should be a fun ride. It's a nice shot. But in the meantime, thanks for coming out, people. I said cutting it a little short just because I want it to be. I'm trying to get something done here. I'm trying to make sure we get excited a bunch of people, excited a bunch of views, and I stay on topic with slight rants. And we need to get back to our rant show. But this is the new. This is the new shit. It's hot. It's hype. It's happening. Watch it. And of course, I'm going to try to further it and make it better because that's what we all got to be doing. Just, better ourselves and better our designs. And on top of all that.